One of the things that young filmmakers also don't quite realize is the marketplace for homemade or very small budget horror movies is both wonderful and crowded at the same time, because it really is one of the last genres you can film in your backyard or at your summer cottage and take 12 friends up and shoot something in 6 days. So one thing I do urge all young filmmakers when they're trying to figure out if they should do a horror movie or if they should do a thriller is take 5 minutes, go onto Netflix, go onto one of those streaming sites, and just check out what those micro budget and lower budget horror movies are pulling off, because you need to understand your competition when it comes to getting it sold or getting even a great solid streaming release. You need to know what the competition is. And I think sometimes young filmmakers underestimate that. We got a statistic a couple years ago that scared us to death, to be quite honest. And it was, I feel like it was between 2010 and 2013, something like 5,000 direct-to-video horror movies were made in the United States. So that's a huge volume of stuff that you're up against. So you do have to take the time to create really interesting characters so that we have something more special to latch onto. And for us, the other thing we always look for is the mythology behind what's happening. You know, we as our company, we happen to be less drawn to characters who are running around with a knife, crazy and mad at somebody. We prefer actually supernatural horror movies, which are drawn again by a legend or a mythology or something in the air that is causing something horribly wrong to happen. We find those again to be more challenging and more unique. And I think when you come up with a special mythology, that helps your project stand out in the marketplace. Just having another average crazy guy with a knife chasing after a bunch of scantily clad 20-year-olds totally works. Believe me, I'm a huge fan of those, but I think they're harder to sell. I think it's harder to find an audience, and I think it's harder to find a home. So I challenge people to be slightly more creative in what situation they're going to put their characters in order to go on this great ride with them. Again, I think the interesting thing is that now we're in a place where horror movies don't just have to be 5 kids at a summer camp with a crazy guy. So we're exploring many thought-provoking themes. We're discussing things about Mother Nature and how we're pushing the wrong buttons there. We're discussing what happens when you've been up all night, too many nights in a row studying for final exams, and if you lose your mind. We're exploring things about what we're doing to our coworkers and how that can turn on us. I mean, we're opening many doors that are hopefully making us think about our lives and how we're treating mankind and Mother Earth.